I was just with another colleague and I asked him, I said, so you're a multi-millionaire, right? And he laughed. He's like, no. I was like, why not? Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. Hey, Smighty, how you guys doing today? Today we are out for a ride on my 2019 BMW S1000XR. Another beautiful spring day, that is for sure. Things are really starting to green up, more so than they have the last time we were out. It seems like every day, that's one thing I really enjoy about spring, is how much everything changes, well, seemingly overnight. Like I said in my last video when we were riding the XR, over the last few years I just came to realize so much more. I want to say the last 2 years alone for me really sparked an interest, the whole investing front, and also physical fitness. And the thing is they apply to everybody. There's two things you absolutely have to know, and those two things would be what to eat and how are you gonna get it. 90% of the time it's gonna be money. My fascination with money and food has really been peaked as of lately. And the thing is like I said, it's stuff that you can't live without, but it controls every fiber of your being. But budgeting and knowing how to control each aspect is something I'm trying to further in my own life. And the problem is if you go, they both have extremes, and in my opinion, they really relate well to another. Like, you can extreme eat at a caloric surplus and you will gain weight, or you can extreme not eat and you'll be at a calorie deficit and you'll lose weight. And that's how simple it is. And the same thing with money is, you spend a bunch of it, you get loans, and you can dig yourself a hole, or you can invest and grow your money. Now, the correlations aren't 100% spot on, but this is just how my mind has adapted and adopted these things. Now, I'm not an expert in any of these things per se, but the thing is a lot of it is stuff that I wish I knew when I was younger. If I can get out here and make videos that are entertaining yet informative, they get you thinking, then that's what I'm going to try to do. So it's something I'm really passionate about, like as of lately, something I'm really into, so I figured I would give it a whirl and we can grow together. The thing about it is we have so much potential, we really do. One of the things that inspired me is Graham Stephan, Dave Ramsey, and just some of my older friends, seeing how they live their lives and talking more about finances. Because the thing is growing up, it seemed like everything was super secretive, how much people made, and I don't know, maybe that was just me. But I guess it's kind of different because I work at a job that you can literally look up and see how much I make, so it doesn't really matter to me. I realize that everything is a sacrifice, and that's one thing I want to bestow upon my son, is making money and a way of lifestyle. Everything is a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your work-life balance in any way, and you want more money, you're gonna have less time, or you have to front time to go to college, you have to do this, or a trade school. It's all just a manipulation of time, in my opinion now. So I make half decent money, and it's about the national average in the United States, but I came from making less money, but I had more time back then. So now I make more money, have less time, because I went from a 4-day work week to a 5-day work week. But there was a period where I literally just worked 7 days a week. That was to further my career, to get to the point where I could tone it back down. But there's certain things you do day in and day out that you don't really calculate. I just recently, just an example, I started doing push-ups. The reason why I haven't been continuously doing push-ups is because I thought I had to have a super large goal. I thought, well, if you can't do 20 push-ups, or if you can't do 10 push-ups, you might as well not do them at all. That was my mentality. Like, I would just try, I'm like, oh, I can't do it, whatever. So I stopped. But recently, I'm like, okay, we're gonna start this up again. I was like, I'm gonna do, let's just do two to three push-ups. So I did sets of 3 push-ups. I did 3, 6, 9 push-ups. Not even 10 push-ups in a day. And I did that every day for a week. And you know what? By the second week, I was doing 5 push-ups. And it got easier. It's all a discipline. Honestly, once you master discipline, you master life. Because everything is a discipline. And when I talked in my last video about my goal of being a millionaire, it's a goal, but it's gonna take years to get to. But the fact of the matter is if you don't set goals, you will never achieve anything in your life. You just can't coast through life. Life is hard, and you've got to push for things that you want to achieve. A major inspiration for me is I want to be a better role model for my child, and it's quite the responsibility. But you know, it's one thing I'm not taking a backseat approach to. I am literally changing my life. I'm changing my habits. I'm eating literally so much less, and I'm spending differently. I'm saving money because the realization that I might not be there, like if something were to happen to me. I know, I mean, I have life insurance and stuff like that, but you know, who's gonna take care of my family? And this is a very American problem because it's just too easy to eat too much. You know, we have instant access to everything whenever we want it. And I was looking at the calories on, this is one of my favorite things from Burger King. It's called the Bacon King. And that sandwich has, if you were gonna get the meal, is over 2,100 calories. The amount of calories that I'm eating to lose weight now is 1,700 calories in a day. And that is 2,100 calories in one meal. So you can see the sacrifice. It doesn't sound like much of a sacrifice, but try it yourself. So it's hard work. It takes months. And the same thing with investing. You know, you just put a little bit aside, and before you know it, you have $1 million. I was just with another colleague, and I asked him. Now, he was retired from the military. He did 30 years in the military. Now, to do 30 years, that is a long time. It's literally 3 decades. And I asked him, I said, so you're a multi-millionaire, right? And he laughed. He's like, no. I was like, why not? In the military and in most government jobs, you get a thrift savings plan at that you can get 5%. You get 5%. They match 5% of your salary if you put into the thrift savings plan. So if you put 5%, and they will put 5%, you have 10% of your salary yearly going into an account. Over 30 years. Well, he didn't do any of that, and he doesn't have anything for show for it for 30 years. And obviously, the sooner you get started, the better you're building better habits and a mentality, and it just becomes second nature. So this is my journey. I had a comment, a person said that I came out and I was like, I'm bragging I'm gonna be a millionaire. Well, I mean, I will have the right to brag, that is for sure, because it's not gonna be just given to me. I'm gonna be working for it. But the fact of the matter is anybody can do it. And I want more people to realize that, like I have. It literally just takes time. When you figure out how much wasteful spending you do, it really adds up. Now it's harder for me because I don't really have any bad habits as I drive around on a $21,000 motorcycle. I mean, everybody has their thing, but the thing is if you cut back on something like drinking, smoking, eating, you can save money. And I'll tell you what, since we've cut back and I'm only eating 1,700 calories, we saved on food because we're not eating as much. So I just kept devising ways that I could save more money and still have a really enjoyable life. You don't really need to make a ton of money if you live within your means. I own every vehicle I have. I have no debt. We paid everything off but the house. So we literally just have housing. It's a predictable amount of money every month. But that's just what I wanted to say, and I wanted to just do something that I'm in the now passionate about. So I have plenty more to talk about, so I hope you join me in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and God bless.